Everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, I'll diss my sound. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lid.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Lunchtime with Robert, episode 2. Also, the very first stream live here on the All-Star Sports Network as well. Before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys have not checked out the All-Star Sports Network, make sure you click that pinned comment in the chat above. With that being said, let's kind of hop right into it because we got some interesting stuff to kind of talk about throughout the sports world and a lot of some other stuff and just kind of just shoot the shit basically. So, kind of kick things off, kind of talk a little about the Sixers, kind of been of a hot, really, you guys haven't really seen me kind of not talking about the Sixers a lot because it's just, well, let's be real. I have zero confidence, despite the fact that the Sixers have a winning record. And it's I know ironic to say because of how I think about this entire team, the way that this team is built. Now, regardless, we're going to be talking about the owner, Josh Harris, and the question I want to try to bring to some Sixers fans is, at some point, do y'all believe that Josh Harris needs to sell the team? Because if you be quite honest, we're so cash strapped at this point, it's, well, kind of ridiculous. And that's the reason why I think, if we didn't have let's be real, knowing that that Tobias contract is kind of biting us in the rear end, and the fact that I think we're still kind of paying off that Simmons contract, but I could be wrong. Regardless, and the fact that we have no money to work with, and could have done a lot better if we did not, let's say, not give out those massive contracts. Now that you can blame me into Elton Brand for that. But regardless, I really do think at some point the Sixers definitely need better ownership, and definitely in a way try to improve the front office in a way that, because let's be real, the scouting has been, well, lackluster to say the least. What's good, Greg and John? Appreciate you coming in, my dude. As well. Like I said, for those who are coming in through the Philly Sports Talk podcast, I did pen the link or the channel link for the All Star Sports. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over there. We are trying to grow that as well. That is me and Tyler's new network, and we got a good group of characters, or it's not characters, but creators. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. What's good, John? No, what is good? For me though, I really do think the Sixers need better ownership. Actually know how to actually have deep pockets to actually learn how to spend money. Because let's be real, the fact that we don't have that much money to work with, and the fact that I think what the number we are over I know we're definitely over the cap for sure in terms of the contracts. But regardless, I do think Josh Harris needs to sell the Sixers, because I really do think that he just has not really done really much, even with the money that he's given this team, really not to contend. Because even though we're always contending, we always find a way to fall short. And you can also make the same argument, the players not be executing, could be coach. There's many going on. The Sixers is just, despite winning games. Oh, yeah, give me 1 second, Randy. But oh boy, it's gonna be fun. It is going to be fun. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to give it to Randy. Randy, who's our next member of the All Star Sports Network squad. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting. Not say interesting, but just kind of give me. Now you're good. Actually, and also too. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. So before we go any further, if you guys, I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, highly recommend you do so. Links are down below. We're looking for also new people to come in, or if you're a baseball content creator, wrestling, whatever sport you cover, either automobile or auto racing like Randy, UFC, whatever the case may be, we're always looking for some new people. You'll hit me or Tyler up on social media. And he and I will kind of talk a lot of things over, and we're going to get going from there. But like I said, today, and also if hopefully everybody wants to come popping on, because it's going to be fun. Because I would love to have some new people on here as well. But yeah, so it's going to be, I would say, and some, I think we could be an interesting debate for sure. But what stream does it nowadays? Like I said, going back to what I said about the Sixers, though, I love this. Even though I'm a diehard Sixers fan, but I just cannot trust my own team. And I know, look, roast me all you want that I'm kind of being, sulking on them, I would say, despite the fact that they're like 40 and 20 something. I could be wrong. Where the record is, I know they're definitely above 500. But my issue where I take with that is, and speaking of another new member to the All Star Sports squad,
member or board?
Board member.
Thank you. What up, bro?
Not much really. Doing a
So I was listening to you about the Sixers, and of course I had to pop in on that.
Oh yeah, anything Sixers related? That's
yeah. We're against the Pacers tonight, which you will find. I'm live streaming it on the All Star Sports Network and mine and everywhere. So
yeah, so like I say, so me and Tyler, for those who don't know, we have our own network called the All Star Sports. We do have a bit of a working relationship both with Let's Talk Sports and with Mitch's Hardcore Sports. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be an interesting. I think 2023 is gonna be a good year for all of us as content creators, for sure.
Yeah. But dude, back to the Sixers thing and Josh Harris, he wants to buy the Commanders.
Oh boy.
Yep. Left hand up.
Oh man.
Hey. That song is catchy.
God, that's jeez. All right. I mean, and for those who like, me and Mitch highly recommend you go check that out. And it's ironic. And speaking, we got a couple another new, member of the squad. Good old Rafael Chassis to kind of help out, try to get some filling out part of the wrestling side of things. And like I said, man, it's been it's funny. Actually, kind of a bit of a backstory to the All Star Sports. Like me and Tyler actually kind of discussed it a couple years prior. We never really went. It's funny because we never went through with it. We just went on the back burner and see where we have to go and see where we go. And since being now it's
I had to take Jerry. I mean, not Jerry. Oh my God. Jeff.
Jeff.
I mean, me and you and Jeff were talking about it during
because it's like, I don't know. It was weird because I've never really thought about having me and Tyler having a network of our own. But I mean, look, we're almost at 30 subscribers already in a very short time span of, we've actually done some really good and surprisingly too, AJ Kemp or Always Arizona Sports has done pretty good with some good. I mean, may not be much, but I mean, we're almost close to. We got some almost streams, almost 100 views in our very first streams.
Him just like on Twitter and shit, or
I think his Twitter's like at the AZT. I think because you're in our Twitter group chat.
Yeah, I mean, how do you did he ask to join, or
I asked him if he was interested. So
okay,
I want to try to get like a diverse group of people, no matter what. Like I said, we're always open to any fan base.
Believe me, whoever knows what you're talking about, it's me.
Yes, sir. And what's good? Arku? Well, that's no surprise. That is no.
They franchise Tony Pollard.
Shit. But speaking of what he's thinking, going to the NFL though, we did get some couple of breaking news earlier this afternoon. We saw Derek Carr signing with the Saints.
I was at work when that happened. I was like, "What the hell?"
And it's kind of ironic that he doesn't even want to go to the Saints, but yet he signs a 4-year deal with them.
Blake and I called it. We called it on it was like the NFC or wild card preview or something
like that. But but then again, though, I mean,
there you
go. But yeah, like, and it's funny because dang it, Arku. I knew he was going to find a way to bring Juice in here one way or the other.
He DM'd me on Twitter as soon as it happened, Arku.
Good, Juice?
Juice, this is for you.
Oh, man.
Hey, it's a good move.
It's still a Band-Aid fix, though, man, because they're, I think, they're 18 million over the cap, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know exactly what their cap number.
Who the hell knows?
Because who knows when Michael Thomas? I don't know, because, he apparently wants out. You have Alvin Kamara, who, depending on legal issues, how that turns out.
Let's say bye-bye to Kamara. Bye-bye.
And Cam Jordan's already on his way out the door.
Bye-bye.
But,
you're going to laugh.
Oh,
so
boy.
I made a short on it, right? And Kuka commented. He was like, "Welcome to the Jalen Hurts Saints."
Also, too, like I said, Arku and Sleeping Angel. I don't know if you not paid attention or have not checked the pinned comment. So, you guys want to come check out the All Star Sports Network?
You're just a mouthful, bro.
It is a mouthful, but it kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit. So, I mean, because even though I would say the naming part of the network was a bit of a pain in the ass, though. So, I mean, it took me entire 2 hours to find a goddamn name for it. So,
AK, dude, did I tell you how it happened for us? Did I tell you?
No.
So, after I left the other network, right?
Yeah.
I called AK. And I was like, "Bro, I left the network. Do you want to do a Sunday morning show for the NFL season?" He goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yo, you want to start a network?" I'm like, "I just left one. Now I'm going to start one." I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like, "We need a name." 5 minutes later, Hardcore Sports Network. I'm like,
For me, it took me entire 2 freaking hours because we had to use a Google random.
AK is so creative. So it's just like,
hell, if AK wants to, kind of collab, he's always down.
He's busy right now.
I mean, like I said, our door is always open whenever he gets a chance. But like I said, it took me entirely 2 hours because I had to use like a Google random name generator to fucking do it. It's like,
No, you did not.
I had to. It's like I had to put like sports and
bro,
wrestling.
you did not.
So I had to, and gave me like some weird ass names. But I saw All Star Sports. It's like, okay, let's go with that.
I thought
But
it was gonna be, dude. If I could actually come up with a name, mine would be the SpongeBob Sports Network.
Oy vey. There we go.
Bro. You fucking know me.
Yeah, that is true. But so far though, man, it's been. And then we do have our, for those who have not if you're not subscribed to the All Star Sports Network, we do have our introductory stream as well. So we're going to, in a way, we're going to introduce all like the board members to kind of go down,
So
myself and Tyler as the old.
Me, you, Tyler,
YTC, Raphael's going to be there. So is Lucas. We have a couple new guys coming in.
What about Randy?
Randy's going to be there.
All right. Yeah, I need to get into the StreamYard. I need to go on Microsoft Edge just for your StreamYard. Damn.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Now that I mentioned Mitch, I actually did a little bit of a test thing with my score counts. Where it actually runs a lot more smoothly on my StreamYard than it does when I tried it on AK's. No glitch.
Why? You know why? Because we have a lot. Like we're streaming multiple streams. You just started, so boom. So, are you done with Restream then?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I know how much you loved it.
At one point, yeah. But since now having my own StreamYard and let everybody else can use it, well, because YTC's got his own, so I just gave him like the login for the channel stuff, so he can stream, so he can add the network to his StreamYard. So we're still multi-stream regardless.
Yeah, yep, that's what I did, and.
But it's also been funny though, man. It's been fun, in a very short history though.
I mean, you just started. So.
Yeah, I mean the fact we're almost, we're quickly growing up the ranks. I mean, right now we're at 23 subscribers.
Well, Sleeping Angels just subscribed, so you're at 24.
I appreciate that.
You know what's funnier than 24?
25.
Hey. Oh my God. Yo, so did you catch like any of the Revolution?
I actually watched most of it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, and his post thing, he was eating a pickle.
Yeah, I was just watching that. I was done.
Dude, Tyler's been sending me fucking TikToks. It's like I'm gonna be that one person eating a pickle at 3 a.m. going to the fridge. It's like, that's me. That's me. I'm not joking. Like every time I get hungry at 3 a.m. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Oh,
but that was great.
But going back to the NFL, and this was interesting that shout out to Rain for sending this up in both group chats. The Tennessee Titans are looking to trade Derrick Henry. They're going to move on from King.
And Joe Castro tweeted that I'll give you a 4th and a 5th and a future and like a young player.
And
I'm like, injury prone. Hello.
Yeah. That's a load of crap if I ever saw it. Well, it depends. For me, well,
hold on. Jerry, pause on that.
That's a huge pause.
That's a pause, Jerry. Don't act like it's not. You know that's a pause.
Yeah. But it depends on the brand of pickles and stuff like that.
Can we not talk about pickles?
You forgot the pickles. But
you're gonna make me do the lid. You're gonna make me do the lid, aren't you?
The lid.
Oh my God. But, so, Derrick Henry, where do you think he's gonna go then?
Well, the question is, who needs a running back? That's my biggest question. Saints could use one. It's funny that before we get, because there was something actually, I'm in a couple Discord servers with a few people that I talked to.
Yeah, we're in the same ones.
But the funny thing is, I'm with the Combat Sports with Max Unger and stuff and guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I saw that someone said Carson Wentz to the Jets.
Carson Wentz is going to the Raiders. How many times do I have to say this? Carson Wentz to the Raiders.
Well, yeah.
Halftime wants him to go to the Buccaneers, which I don't understand why.
It's possible. I mean, let me ask you this: if you're a Bucs fan, will you ever rather just put faith in Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask, who, let's be real, have not
Hey, set up the sports
PSP. I have not. That's right. I have not really watched I haven't got a chance to watch the draft combine. So I wouldn't really know, but I know there's been a lot of hype around him in terms of
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
I mean, like I said, I really can't say much on it, but from what I've been hearing, people are clamoring over this kid. Oh, and he's already up there with like guys like CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, so he could be the third. Possibly could be the third quarterback taken off the board. So, like I said, Jeff and Mitch will be covering the draft because unfortunately round 1 though I'm not going to be available because I'm working that day.
On a Thursday? Is it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I have no idea.
Well, that helps.
I mean, the Tampa Bay just need to. Well, I mean, you got what? Like so far, was it 3 teams in the rebuild now? You got Chicago.
I'm looking up right now. I'm actually curious.
That's what I'm wondering. But regardless, it's gonna be interesting because, like I said, it's
Thursday, April 27th.
Okay, so not entirely sure because, like I said, usually my Thursdays are 1 on, 1 off. So hopefully,
I work Thursdays, but it's like 12:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
So, like today, I just worked from like 9:15 to 11:40.
Right.
So,
but so far, though, I mean, we got a little bit some NFL news. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the Pittsburgh Steelers are I won't say they're a bit of a rebuild. I think they're just kind of retooling in some areas.
The Steelers, they're in the right direction.
Right. Yeah,
they're in the right direction because everyone thought they were going to be below 500. And look at them now. Still had a winning record.
And barely missed out on the playoffs too. Right at that as well for a team that I will admit I was completely wrong on the Steelers. I had this team be dead in the water in the AFC North. Is that their division? I
was right about the Bears.
Oh yeah, we always knew about where the Bears are at. Like,
yeah, Bears. Sorry, Damien. Sorry, Gooley.
And don't forget, Sleep Angels is also a Bears fan too.
Yeah.
What's good, Earl?
Hey, Earl. Earl, had fun on Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm not going to be on it.
Neither am I, because me and Always Arizona Sports are going to do the Boston Celtics in
what time Cleveland. Is that game?
7:00.
Same time for me for the Sixers, so we'll have 2 streams on the network.
And what's good?
Yo.
What up?
Yo, what up, man? Nice to meet you for the first time.
What's going on?
Not much, to be quite honest. So far, we're talking about some earlier NFL news. The Derek Carr going to the Saints. And
I need to change my background. I'm tired of looking like Rob.
Yeah, I don't have that much backgrounds to go with, so
yeah.
But I do have an Eagles background for you, so
yeah. Well, no, I'm on my own StreamYard account, so I got a lot.
But
let's go with this one.
Okay, that's not too bad. So, thoughts on that? Derek Carr going to the Saints
with what salary cap?
Exactly, what salary cap?
Exactly what I'm going to say.
I'm thinking to myself, it's like, how's that going to work? Because now you got one salary cap casualty, and that's Jameis Winston. I don't think, and I will admit, Winston's not. In the times that I've seen him play for the Saints, he wasn't terrible. But really I can see. I can
really.
Oh boy, what the heck?
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna.
You need to know something about me. I love SpongeBob, and
yeah, dude's an old SpongeBob.
Krabby Patties. That's like our thing. And what else? Brownies. 9:00.
Oh yeah, Charles. Yeah, that's a little bit. That's mentioned in the nutshell for you. Or Mr. 69 jokes himself. Don't forget that too.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you know,
yeah, phone
I'm gonna look and see what. Actually, no,
But,
that is intriguing. So worth us. Exactly. What? Like that's fucking nuts. The fact that like with what money? I saw that they are already moving on from Cam Jordan because I know they're going to try to get Yoder in that spot. God bless you.
Thank you.
I saw who knows with Alvin Kamara and his legal issues, and if I'm not mistaken, Michael Thomas.
Let's just keep it a buck. Kamara's
Well,
done.
oh yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken too, that didn't Michael Thomas also ask out? If I'm not mistaken,
they're cutting him. I think.
Yeah, because I know his contract is.
Winston, they're cutting.
Oh yeah, well, Winston we know he's going to be gone anyways because they got to do a full salary cap or a salary dump basically. Because I mean, I looked at some of the Michael Thomas's contract is.
See, I thought Carr was going to go to the Jets because I didn't think they were going to get Rodgers because of what he's been doing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I was
yeah.
Thought they were going to get Carr, but I guess they're so focused on getting Rodgers right now.
That's possible. I mean, their estimated actually right now of all time, they're minus 21 million over the cap. They got some work. Cam Jordan, his cap, 25.637 mil cap hit. I mean, you got Marshawn Lattimore, he's your second highest paid player. Andrews Pete at 18 over a little bit of 18 mil.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, you got some guys already leaving, or you got David Omiyata and Marcus But I don't think Marcus Dadford is even that bad of a player. I think he could go elsewhere.
Right.
Well, I think that's a lot of what all Bears fans want. Because oh boy. Yeah, so that's I wouldn't say he retired. I think he's still a good receiver, but that, like I said, just the injuries over time he just can't stay freaking healthy.
For me, for Michael Thomas, is this. What have you done for me lately? Nothing? Get out of here. That's basically it.
I mean, the most policies say the best availability, or is it? Oh, how's that go?
Damn, it's gonna bother me now.
Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts. You know what I'm getting?
I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, I just can't
think
of how
availability is a durability, right, or something like that, or best availability, its availability,
something like that. Regardless,
yeah.
It's like this way. Jeez, I mean, I know Saints fans might be happy, but then again, y'all got no fucking money. I mean, then we own your first round draft pick, so who knows what we're gonna do with that?
Thank you, Juice.
God, and they don't have oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's then again, that's Mickey Loomis for you in a nutshell, and stuff like that. But
and thanks to him, we didn't get Sean Payton, piece of shit.
Now he's at Denver, right?
Yeah, he's with Denver.
Yeah, thanks to him, we didn't.
Actually, no way. Saints do have a first rounder because they did get the first. They did get the first round.
They got it from Denver.
From Denver. If I'm not mistaken, they also got they got that first round pick from Miami. Miami gave up a first rounder from Bradley Chubb. Then that goes to Denver. Then goes to the Saints. Jeez, that's a fucking train wreck. But regardless, some more anything. So actually, there's one thing I actually want to kind of actually pose. Like, will 2023 be Riverboat Ron's, or for those who don't know, Ron Rivera's last year in Washington? For me, I think it will be.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's kind of lost it. And shout out to another fellow board member, White TC. What's good, man? Appreciate you coming in. But yeah, it's been well, for lack of a better term, it just has not been great. Because like I said, I've never really hated Washington. It's just the fact that thank you.
White TC, what's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Thank you. The best availability is availability.
Yeah.
That's what it was. God, that sentence we're going to drive me nuts.
Jerry got something right.
Thank you for that. But it's just like, I don't think the Washington's a bad team. I like the talent that they have over there. That's for sure. It's just like, who are you going to like? Oh, then that would be intriguing to see if that was the case. Then again, it could be the case. So Arku says pretty much Eric Bieniemy is going to take over that head coaching position.
Oh yeah, that's what Jeff said a while back. I think
Oh yeah,
Jeff
that
said
is true.
like a week ago.
Damn it, YTC. So the Washington just.
Oh,
Oh no! Don't do him like that. Then again,
that brings up awesomeness for me.
that is right. YTC is a Giants fan. He's
Oh
yeah,
really?
yeah. Because
Yeah.
actually, even though it's funny, because he actually lives up in North Jersey, towards the New York area. So I kind
That's
of
where Jeff is.
yeah. So I kind of got to know YTC a little bit. So yeah. So he's a North Jersey guy. So he's in that.
Cool, I'm in South.
Yeah. So now going back to some basketball though. Now I want to ask you guys this: do you think the Denver Nuggets will make the NBA Finals?
I know who will.
Debatable.
So Arizona. So always Arizona says no. What about you, Mitch?
Debatable. Debatable.
It is very
depends on if
debatable.
Phoenix can stay healthy.
I'm not until Denver proves to me that they can actually get past the semifinals. I'm not picking them.
Yeah, because I've always said this too. Like I said, I have no disrespect towards the Nuggets. It's like I said, can you really rely on a Jamal Murray? Because like I said, if you looked at I think it was a couple years ago, they didn't have Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. And if I'm not mistaken, too, that contract was, if it doesn't really work out well, that's going to be very ugly for Denver.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Denver's a good team. Sure, I mean they're in a tough Western Conference for sure. It's just like, can you really rely on just three guys? Because if you looked at the other role players, it's
You
well,
know who's been stepping up though?
I want to point something out too. It's starting to be like a curse, but the past 2 years, all first seeded teams have gotten knocked out in the semifinals.
yeah, that's kind of like a trend of the West.
Well, that won't be the Sixers.
For me, I just can't wait to see them fail. So
Yeah,
yes.
me too.
So you guys are third, right?
We are a third seed.
Okay.
We're the third right now.
Could potentially two, because
Cleveland, but I
Boston's
think
right now
Knicks
kind of on a losing skid.
The Knicks are going to take the fourth.
So we're fourth right now, and we got OKC on Wednesday. So that's us.
Yeah,
Right now.
because I mean, like for me, like an Arku who's OKC and Dallas Mavs, who, well, let's be real, the Mavs have kind of been very disappointing, for lack of a better term.
I can't stand Dallas.
That game, the Mavericks and Suns, Luka missed that. He missed it.
I mean, it was one of our better. And I will,
bro. He got up in Booker's face like crying.
Yeah, yes, he did. I was watching that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Booker was not talking trash all game.
Talking to the ref. He wasn't even talking to Luka.
And it's and I think I actually raised it up. I was like, "What the hell is Luka?" And I don't know, but it's just for me because it's funny because I actually thought the Western Conference was going to actually take a bit of a step back because we've seen Golden State. Like, what the hell happened to them?
So wait, if you look at the Western Conference, besides San Antonio and Houston, I think OKC is 13th right now. They can still make.
They're on the borderline or getting close to that play-in spot.
Like, that's how close the West is right now.
Yeah, it's just fucking nuts because I thought the West would be at least take a bit of a step backwards. We've seen a little bit of regression from the Golden State Warriors, which is very surprising because I mean Jordan Poole had himself a fucking day against the Clippers, and it's
they barely beat the Grizzlies without Ja Morant. So
we somehow came back over the Grizzlies without Ja Morant either. So I mean
that whole game. I was streaming it with Philly Halftime, another guy in the Hardcore Sports Network, and I was like, "Dude, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose."
I had us losing
for the whole game, and they win. I'm like, "What?"
I mean, it's just
yeah.
So I'm looking. So as the let's out of my because I actually had the NBA. So right now, Denver's right now 6.5 over Memphis. Who would have ever thought the Sacramento Kings would actually reach fourth or be third in the Western Conference? Like, that's fucking surprising.
So I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're ready for the playoffs yet. That's why I think they'll be first round exits.
Who would they be playing right now? Who's the sixth?
I think
Minnesota. And Minnesota is not the
Minnesota can be on a hot streak. But
Minnesota's been is hot and cold.
They and Karl Anthony Towns has not played since I think November.
I think so. That's from what I saw.
So Yeah.
Because right now, your top 6 right now is the Denver, Memphis, Sacramento, Phoenix, Golden State, and Minnesota. And then you got the play-in, Dallas, the Clippers, the Pelicans, and the Utah Jazz. And on the borderline, or like I said, outside of San Antonio and Houston, you have the Lakers, the Thunder, and the Portland Trailblazers, another team that's kind of, because Portland's right now, they're 15 games back of that number, could be a potential of that number 10 spot for that play-in. 15 so with OKC, but 14.5 for the Lakers. So
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I feel like Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, we could see them in Philadelphia eventually.
No.
I mean, we don't have no goddamn money. Like I said, that goes back to what I said earlier. We have no money to work with because we're still biting the bullet on the Tobias contract. I think we're still biting the end on the Simmons contract.
I feel like, what is it with Tobias? Because I feel like every time I check his stats, he has
What's good, Randy?
Hey.
What is up, fellas? Sorry,
And by the
keep
way,
going.
for the Simmons contract, Rob, we're not paying it.
Okay,
We're done.
because I thought we were still biting the bullet.
Thank God. He's Jeff's problem. So, Randy, what's up, man? How's everything going?
Good. Sorry, the fellow above you here was talking. I just want to let him finish. Go ahead, man.
Oh, no, I said, what is it with Tobias? Because I feel like every time I check the stats, he has like 5-10 points or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
He's
know.
the most expensive fourth option in history.
Overpaid for a good season. That's what happened. He was overpaid for a good season.
And guess who's going to the game on Sunday? Me.
Oh, I'm actually on the 25th. I'm actually going to the Sixers and Suns game. So
Oh, yeah? I'm going
Yeah.
against the Wizards. We wanted like an easy win.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Randy, since you're in here though, thoughts on Derek Carr going to the Saints and Tennessee looking on to move on from Derrick Henry?
Man, I can't remember where I heard the rumor a couple days ago about the Derrick Henry stuff, and I didn't want to say anything because I was like, maybe this guy's just blowing hot hair out of his ass, and I didn't want to.
Yeah, well, who doesn't nowadays?
But now it's like, wow, like I get it. He's up there in age, right? So like there's that. And running backs, when they get close to the 30s, that's usually
They break down. I mean, look at Todd Gurley, probably the most touted running back prospect. And I think he was out of the league by the age of 28 and something like that, because we found out we had arthritis in his knees.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. And then like, look, now Derrick Henry's starting to break down in a sense with injuries starting to pile up and his potential of being so.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Eagles fans want him, Randy. Eagles fans want him. I saw Joe Castro go like 4th, 5th, and a young player.
I think right now our number one backs right now is Kenny Gainwell. And I think
that's Joe Cast's favorite player.
James Conner, which is injury prone. So
yeah,
I love Conner.
Injury prone. You know James Conner all too well. Exactly. Yeah.
I love James Conner. I
it's
love
just
him.
Like there's just a lot of good players like there's like they just become injury prone. Like what happens? Like it's like the biggest what ifs. Like what ifs they have not all these injuries piled up.
I was probably about the only Cardinals fan that was pissed off with Chase Edmonds leaving, because he was a better fit for our team than James.
And also, you also like Benjamin, who actually really pretty good season with y'all.
Was their twitch. Was your gadget guy. Like he was so twitchy. Like he could make a linebacker in a corner miss in a phone booth. He's so quick and so twitchy. I was surprised more about that, but I also was surprised about Edmonds as well. Like you guys just paid him.
I think Edmonds is underrated running back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm surprised about? Jonathan Gannon. Have fun with Jonathan Gannon.
And it's funny. I see some Cardinals content creators. It's like I'm thinking to myself, man, they're going to be in such a rude awakening.
Yeah, I talked to my friend, the Cardinal Guru.
What's good?
Hey, Coach.
Let's go to Coach.
Our fan base is already saying it's a bad hire, but like I did with Cliff Kingsbury, I'm going to give the guy a chance at least because
Yeah,
you never know.
Oh my
well,
God.
I mean, like, of course, we got us Eagles fans that are pissed because it's a certain style that he brought to the team, right? But then in hindsight, we also can't be pissed because we had 70+ sacks. We led the league in most categories when it came down to it on the defensive
almost like
side.
top 2 in every category.
Yeah, so it's like in hindsight, we were being kind of almost picky.
That was the biggest nitpick.
It was because of the style in which that he played with, right? He didn't allow a lot of blitzing, and when he did blitz, it was on weird downs, and then when he did bring pressure, it was picked up. So then all of a sudden, like, we were exposed on the back end. So it was little things like that. So just get ready for stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Randy, you ready for this? we know how further AM feels about Sean Desai. Okay.
Yes.
Tom Stakes is on a complete other side.
Yes.
For me,
So I can't wait for MJ headlines tomorrow.
it's going to be interesting.
Like,
'Cause I'm saying
Robert,
just-
like Rob said yesterday in the chat. Sorry, Rob, but like you said in the chat yesterday, man, like we got to
Let it
sit back and relax and chill. We got to
And
see
let it
this
play
through.
out.
We don't know what might happen.
Because
Unless you're a Sixers fan, you know what's going to happen.
and it's funny because actually speaking of Sean Desai, like he actually wasn't that terrible in Seattle for what he
No.
had.
They didn't
Like,
have a lot of guys. They was
I'm not
all
mistaken-
rookies and like
And Tariq Woolen, like that kid's gonna be a fucking stud. Whoever's gonna be the next defensive coordinator over there.
that's what I'm getting excited about, Rob. The fact that like look at Tariq Woolen, look what he did with the rookies on that team. Like, yeah, okay, they weren't great. They couldn't stop the run worth a nosebleed, but I mean, in hindsight, they were a playoff team.
Yeah, and even though look, 9A may not seem impressed with the people. Like, yeah, Pete Carroll, like I've kind of had mixed feelings on it, but he's still going to be one of the better head coaches that the Seattle has had.
Right.
And we've seen at times where if I'm not mistaken, they were like a top 15 defense in the NFL, and you cannot take that away from the Seattle Seahawks. They've been very scrappy.
They're it was either their passing or run defense that was at the way bottom. I think I forgot.
I think could be the run defense, if I'm not
It was
mistaken.
their run defense. They
Their
couldn't
passing
stop the
defense
nosebleed.
was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like Charles Cross on that.
They didn't have enough bodies. They didn't have enough experience really on that line, and then like they were just getting chewed up. So I mean, their run defense is what hurt them. They're really in the most in the end of it. So I mean, I'm going in with optimism, but I mean, I also understood what.
So no Horford and
no Jason Tatum tonight for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I'll be on there.
Yeah, so me and
Cavs lose this game, that's it.
There should be no excuses. There's no excuse.
Is Jaylen Brown playing?
I think he might be playing.
Cool, I got him fantasy. Woohoo!
For me, I give
Rob.
Hey, Donovan Mitchell will show up until the playoffs, like always. So
I love him.
Even though it's kind of,
but I do too. And I'll say it in Utah, he didn't have help in the playoffs, but this team, he's got no excuse.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly because think about it. You got Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Who the hell am I else? Am I freaking missing?
Jared Allen.
Osman.
Dude, how about Jared Allen actually moving on from Brooklyn? It becomes an all-star in the span of what, in like a year?
Oh, I forgot he was a part of that Harden trade.
Yeah, and the fact that
Harrison LeVert, they got Isaac Okoro, they got Ricky Rubio, they got Dean Wade.
Ricky Rubio, I think he's still an underrated player.
Isaiah Foley, Raul Duto, Danny Green.
Oh, not Neto. Fuck him.
Danny Green.
That's the one name I want to forget. The dude just could not do shit.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Thanks for Mikal Bridges.
I fucking hate you.
No, blame Brett Brown for that bullshit. Because holy
no,
fuck.
that wasn't Brett Brown. That was Ellen Brand.
Ellen Brand's got to go. God damn it. Well, like I said,
finally you said it. I've been waiting for you to say that for God knows.
First of all, I wanted Elton Brand gone for a while. Like I never really, because like I don't really say stuff like that on social media, but it's like I can't stand Andrew Brown's thinking. Like when we brought him into the front office, like, oh, this is not going to, and I knew this was not going to end well. And unfortunately, that's kind of where we're at right now. But
does anybody know why they're not playing tonight? Okay, apparently it says Al Horford is out with a lower back stiffness, and apparently Jason Tatum has a left knee contusion.
Oof.
Yeah, and then Robert Williams is still up.
He made 5 threes against us.
Didn't they just?
Yeah, so obviously they got Daniil Gallinari's out with his ACL repair, and then also Robert Williams is out as well with his left hamstring strain. So yeah, they're down. They're down 3.
They're down some key pieces.
I saw their game.
They choked against the Knicks in overtime.
Double overtime.
Oh, that's right. It was 2 double overtime.
Yeah. Like that was crazy. I'm like Buddy Above. I was watching it as well. I was like always Arizona. I was watching it and I was like, they just choked us away. Like they had the Knicks buried and they could have just walked out of that game.
And the Knicks walked up by a 2-point lead, 131 to 129 in double overtime.
Yep.
They didn't have Brunson.
And Brunson was there either. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Like how? Oh boy. I mean, look at the other scores. So,
but Jalen.
Oh
Brunson,
wow.
what's good, Dante? Shout out to the $5 super chat though.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson's my most improved player pick this year. That's for sure.
I can get behind that. That's for sure. I'm trying to think who else could be another most improved candidate.
There's Lauri Markkanen. There's
Lauri Markkanen.
Mikal Bridges, maybe.
I think you can make an argument for Mikal Bridges.
Popping like 40-point bombs in Brooklyn right now. So
fuck off. God damn it, Elton Brand. I'm gonna fucking punch you. God damn it.
But the reason why, and people say, oh, where was this in Phoenix? You had Booker, CP3, and Ayton.
Yeah, you had all star power, that's kind of burying a.
I swear, like in Brooklyn, Mikal's their number one option, and that's not really saying much. So
I mean, look, they got Bridges. They got Bruce Brown's already gone.
Bruce Brown's on Denver.
But yeah, I will say the Knicks did scrap. They were scrappy last night in double overtime. I will give the Knicks that. I think I really do like what the Knicks have, though. I do like Obi Toppin. I think he's going to be a really good.
They're going to let him go after.
That's very surprising. That really is. Like
you're going to let him go.
I like RJ Barrett. I think he's good. He's another Canadian boy.
I feel like right now he's not playing up to how much they paid him, but I feel like he'll.
Yeah, he's going to get there. It's just like
Grimes.
That's like Grimes. Yeah, I forgot about him. You also had, Julius Randle. He's been kind of hot and cold.
I think he dropped. I think he had 39 in that game the other day.
I think he had 39. I think also he had his one buzzer beater shot went viral all over social media.
Emmanuel quickly had 38 or something like that.
That kid's going to be something special for the Knicks for sure.
That whole team, man.
Just got to get a better head coach. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Tom Thibodeau, I think he has kind of lost it the last few years. Because, if you think about it, because if you look at the Knicks from the roster's perspective, I think they got enough talent to really be a really deep playoff contender. But just there's a few things that are kind of holding them back. Like I said, it's Tom Thibodeau and I think his way of coaching just kind of feel like has kind of diminished in a way. And it's James Dolan's the owner.
See, if you're a Bulls fan, I would hate the guy to death. He ruined Derrick Rose.
Arku, do not get me started. So screw you.
Who? Oh my gosh.
And he's been lighting up for OKC.
I think the last time we played him, he dropped like 28. It's like, geez.
Yeah, and it's been ugly since. And Charles Bassey gets a contract extension from the damn San Antonio Spurs, and he was being a rebounding machine. It's like, what the fuck? What happened to? I was like, why?
We could have had. We could have had Jason Tatum. So that's.
We could have had Tatum. We had the number one pick.
But no, we had to go with fucking Simmons over guys like Tatum, Brandon Graham.
No.
And we could have had Luka. We could have had Luka, and we took Ayton. So there you go.
Yeah, and that ugly debacle with Ayton.
No, actually, yeah, but didn't they took Trae Young first?
Yeah,
remember the Mavericks took Trae Young.
No, actually, no, because I think Atlanta took Luka. No,
Luka, and then they traded.
And they traded for Trae. That pick for Trae. So that's kind of how it all started. And I will say this too, though. I think one team. I think that's gonna. They think about fucking draft picks for fucking days. If one guy is fucking, I've always said if they want to do shit.
And since I hate the Clippers to death, I just want to point out they gave up 5 first-round picks for Paul George to OKC and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which I find hilarious as hell.
That is very funny. That is hilarious.
Hilarious.
And not to mention they're 0-4 with goddamn Russell Westbrook.
1-5. Yeah, 1-5. They got to win the other night.
Oh, that's still not good enough.
Oh, and
make sure you guys tune into the Pick and Roll podcast on Wednesday. We're gonna do the top 75 list. And Randy, I don't know if you saw it, but
oh yeah, was it the all-time 75 list?
Yes.
Oh, I looked at it, there's got to be arguments need to be made. It's like, where the hell what is? I think everyone's laughing at the Clippers because think about it. When I did the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors, you had like I said, when they got to 12 points, I'm thinking to myself, man, this is going to backfire easily. And look what happens. Jordan Poole goes off for 34 points. I mean, not having fucking Curry too. Like you got Paul George, Kawhi. I think he's still a decent player at this point of his career. Westbrook, well, I mean, I really hate to say the dude's kind of washed. I mean, stat padding at the same time. I will admit, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the Jokic hate, though. Like I'm going to give my respect where credit is due. I think the Nuggets have done a really good, especially for a dude who was a second rounder and they found really good value as a second round big man. I got to give the Nuggets a lot of credit for that.
I think Jokic has like 30 triple doubles this year right now,
and he's got 100 career. So I mean, like, why the fuck? Like for me, like, yes, I mean, he won by default the first time. Yeah, granted, good. But I'm really tired of the fucking Jokic cheat. I really do. Like the dude, like give him where credit is due. The dude, look, if Michael Porter, and no, not say hypothetically, but if Michael Porter, gotta love Arcuna's enthusiasm on hating the Clippers. Then again, though, I think they're probably the most cursed team in Los Angeles.
In 2021, as a Suns fan, you have no idea what it felt like to beat both LA teams in the playoffs. It was amazing.
I know that probably felt fantastic. Unfortunately, not like us in 2019, we had to fall to Mr. Randy's Raptors on that lucky ass. I call bullshit. The lucky ass rim.
I have some I can rub in if you like. I haven't put it up yet, but it's still hidden away.
You got it?
I gotta find somewhere where to put it. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it up, but
you got that in the ring.
I got the game-winning shot.
Oh man,
I knew he got it.
That's kind of wrong, but I mean, look, congrats. I mean, like I said, I gave where credit's due, because I mean, I think Toronto, though, for the longest time, from what I've understood, like they just have not been, I would say, great. They just had some I never really understood the kind of the history of the Raptors.
Running into LeBron. I mean, like the years when we had DeMar DeRozan and we had really a really good squad. LeBronto was the reason why we couldn't get past. I mean, we went to the conference finals almost,
and this is when he was with the Heat.
Down 2-0. We came back 1-2, and then they just finished us off by destroying us in 2 straight in Toronto. So,
and then
we couldn't get past LeBron. That's what it came down to. It was LeBron. We couldn't. So that's why they made the trade by getting rid of DeMar for Kawhi. And then look what happened. LeBron dips, and then all of a sudden we get a chip.
Yeah, and and for me, I'm going to be, in terms of college basketball, I think my Villanova men's Wildcats, I think they're due missing Jay Wright, because the way how the record shows it. Because I feel like it's just like the women. It's kind of sad to see the women beat the men. It's just how better they are, just talent wise. I was like, what the hell? And I love the men's Wildcats team to death. And I think Jay Wright has done a really fantastic. But Kyle Neptune, like I said, I think give the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, granted his first year, but that's some. Like I've always said, it's a big shoes to fill from Jay Wright stepping away from that program.
What is it? 8 days till March Madness, right?
I think so.
Sunday.
Yeah, 14th or something. Yeah,
I think 14th.
Sunday. Yeah.
Wow. Here we go.
I'm gonna miss it because I'll be at the Sixers.
Was it actually? That's the 14th. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's next week.
It's this Sunday. Yeah, I was gonna
Tuesday
do it with
actually,
Ed, but then I realized, oh wait, I'm going to the game.
Yeah, so actually, because me and Tyler and some of the other guys here at the All Star Sports, we're going to probably do the elite Final Four and the championship, because that is too many fucking teams to cover.
I think me and Jeff are in rant. We're a lot of people are.
Yeah, it's just
Randy. Would you say we're mostly football than basketball? You think?
For content creators.
Yes, hardcore sports.
Yeah, I'd probably say more football.
Yeah, it's been more football. I mean,
did you see who I picked up last night? Did you see who I got?
No.
Big Simple.
Oh no, in the group. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Another commander.
I needed that because Tymus is getting married.
Good shit.
So
I want to say this. So I actually wrote this down because I have to rant about this. Philadelphia Flyers, clean house, for the love of God. Because I swear to God, and I love Carter Hart to fucking death, man. But
just gonna put
I'm sorry,
Toronto Raptors ring on here. nice little thick beauty. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Hopefully,
Oh,
I
I'm
got a,
sorry. I'm on my phone. I can't see anything.
hopefully I get a Suns one after this year because this is. I feel like this is our last chance. So
There you go, man. Yeah, stay positive. Just stay positive.
Jeez. Sometimes, man, being a Flyers fan is fucking rough. Comcast, sell the fucking team. Get rid of Chuck Fletcher, man. I want to punch that man in the face so goddamn much. The fact he wants to say, "Oh, it's like this dude's fault." It's like, dude, you're the fucking like president of hockey operations. Like, you're the one that's making the damn decisions. Like, why you? It's like this is fucking childish. And we're real wasting the primes of Carter Hart away. I mean, we have a bunch of fucking old guys: Nick Delorier, Tony DeAngelo, Justin Bronze has not been. Well, actually, yeah, he's old, but Tony DeAngelo, he has his moments. Same with Delorier. We couldn't find a trade thing for JVR.
Shane Gostisbehere. I mean, they had to trade him, and now look at how good he's doing on the team that he got traded to. I mean, he was a young good kid.
I've always said that
he wasted all his good years.
From seeing the Flyers for as long as we have not been the same after blowing that 3-1 lead against the fucking Blackhawks. We have not been the same after that.
I agree.
And I'm still pissed
when the Hawks came back and won, especially in that way that Patrick Kane scored that game-winning goal when nobody thought it was in, and he saw it go in, and he's like,
true.
"It's over." He throws gloves, and they're like, "No, it didn't go in." And then, like, meanwhile, the puck.
Oh yeah, I remember that was that was one of the most embarrassing moments of.
Yeah.
And I will admit, for those, we have not won a champion. Flyers have not seen a Stanley Cup since 1975. So, yeah, it's been over almost half a century.
Calgary Flames has only won it once in '89. I mean,
then again,
last time they went to the Stanley Cup was 2004 against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they got I think they got hosed by the refs, but that's a different story for a different day.
Oh
but
yeah, we need a lot.
Then they've never been the same either, Rob. So I mean, like, there you go. Yeah.
Then again, you can't be the worst than the Montreal Canadiens, who not seen anything in quite some time. Then again, and I really hate to say, I think the one team I think you can overcome that playoff bullshit is definitely the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think they got a really good squad over in Toronto. But then again, like I said,
there are issues goaltending. I still think
it's goal. Like like I've seen a lot of Leafs contributors. I mean, they've been bitching and complaining about goaltending.
Yeah, I hate the Leafs as a Canadian. I hate the Leafs. I'm more.
That's kind of ironic, though.
So yeah, I hate the Leafs. I
There's
hate
the irony in
the
that.
Habs. I hate the Senators. I'm
Senators
more of a Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers, and Calgary Flames fan than anything else.
Man, it seems like everybody hates Connor McDavid in the hockey world. No matter if you're not, like it seems like Connor. Like that is weird.
I call him McNugget. I don't call him McDavid. I call him McNugget because McNugget ain't going to be in Toronto in 2 years. If Toronto doesn't win it this year, in Edmonton, if Edmonton doesn't win it this year or do anything next year, McDavid's now going to be in his 9th season in 2 years. You really think he's going to want to stay in Edmonton? No, he's going to go home.
Because I know I would ask out because if I'm not mistaken, they got their ass handed to them by the Colorado Avalanche, and God, now it looks like they're kind of really biting the short end of the stick on that one after the win of their Stanley Cup. And he lost Darcy Kemper. Who else did they lose that I can't think of on the top of my head?
They lost Kadri. Kadri went to the Flames.
Kadri to the Flame. That was whew.
But I think Boston's got it this year. It's either Boston or the Hurricanes.
I do not give two flying fucks about Sidney Crosby.
I don't watch hockey, but I do check to see how my team is doing. And
the Coyote. First of all,
hockey. So hockey's the only sport where I don't support Arizona. I'm actually a Hurricanes fan.
Nice.
So I see
good choice on a hockey team.
Yeah, because they fucking over the Arizona Coyotes the way they do it.
No, Arizona is just there. That's what I'm thinking. That's what the Coyotes are. They're just there.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the Brooklyn Nets. They're just there.
Yeah. So plus my family, they supported the Hurricanes. I saw them win in 2006, so that's who I picked.
I'm trying to think.
Rob Brendamore, baby. You got to raise that cup. I love it. Now he's your coach.
No, Carey Price. Who was the goaltender that I remembered that? Carey Price. No, it wasn't Carey Price, or it was who else am I thinking of? I'm drawing the fucking blank on. That was years ago. I'm drawing this fucking name. Was it Carey? Didn't Carey Price not play for the Hurricanes? Because I can't think of.
No, he's been a Hab his whole life until recently.
Son of a bitch! Who am I thinking of? Like, I can't think of his fucking name at the moment because I'm not. Because Carolina, man, had some good teams over the years, and I'm.
Yeah. Like before they got Anderson there, or not Anderson. Sorry. What's his name from Toronto? They kind of went goalie by committee. Really, is what Carolina did.
Right. And it's just like, and for me, I mean, we're just, like I said, we've wasted the good years of Gostisbehere and I really hate to say, I think we might be doing the same with Carter Hart because of the way how everything has going on. Because I like Torts. I mean, I think this dude has done decently in his first year, but just we need a whole roster overhaul because we need to get young and quick.
Mhm.
And I really hate to say that, and I don't want to move on from Carter Hart. I really fucking don't, because he's been a very solid goaltender in his young career with us, but just had not really seen it, the days. And I remember the days when Ray Emery was in the, not saying the same spot, but when we actually had a really good team ahead of Ray Emery. God rest that man's soul, because I thought he was one of my favorite goaltenders. Oh yeah, that's right. We got baseball season along the way. And later at 5 too, I will have bring back between the lines, and I will admit to every time we go to Arizona, place like the Diamondbacks gives me fucking PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we cannot win in Arizona, but every time we play you guys here in Philadelphia, we always somehow sweep you.
I mean, my team, we're still like, ever since we got rid of Goldschmidt, it's been horrendous. It's like, gosh.
Yeah, that was kind of very surprising when they did. I think it was the trade deadline, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, in 2018 or 2019.
It was Cam Ward and Martin Gerber who won the
Cam Ward. That's who I was thinking of.
Cam Ward. That's who you're thinking of. Yeah.
I kind of think it's like, because I couldn't think it was like, what does this name start with? Because I'm not, because like I said, it's been hard to keep up with hockey nowadays. But back then, I've actually watched different like games. I think like the best games is when we're playing the Stadium Series, or what the hell was it? The Winter Classic is what is it?
Winter Classic now? Yeah. I can't wait for playoffs.
Don't
NHL playoffs.
Get me started, Sleeping Angels. I'll be fucking pissed if that happens again. I'm going to be mad. We are 0-6 against the fucking Cubs last year.
Wow.
I don't get it. Now, knowing that we don't have Bryce Harper till the All-Star break, I mean, obviously for obvious reason to heal up from that quick Tommy John and whatnot, it's just, man, the Cubs I know are going to be tough in that. Well, let's be real, both the AL and the
Patrick Waugh, ROY, not WA, Jerry. God damn.
Yeah, exactly. Know where Jerry was going to go.
So the Cubs got Cody Bellinger. They got some guy from Atlanta. I forgot his name.
Dansby Swanson.
Yeah, they got him. So yeah, they're rebuilding right now.
Then again, man, Rockies fans, what the fuck is going on over there in Colorado, in Denver? Fuck.
I love it. You know why? Because they're the reasons we're not the peasants in the NL West.
You know what? That is a good point.
Fair enough. Do they still have Dante Bichette as their hitting coach in Colorado?
I do not know, but they did pick up.
He came over to Toronto, but then he ended up.
Dante, do not start your trolling shit, because I'm not going to see that shit again. Oh, that's right. We have to face the fucking Astros later at some point in the season. Fuck.
Yeah.
Why? That's 3 pitches we cannot get away from. We cannot get away from Justin Verlander. We could not get away from Framber Valdez, and we can't get away from Jacob DeGrom. Like, God damn it. We're so goddamn already unlucky to start the season.
Hey, I'm a Blue Jays
but I don't know
fan.
if we saw this because actually I was going to talk about this on Between the Lines. The Rockies actually picked up Mike Moustakas, actually.
The Moose is still playing?
Yeah, he's with the Rockies now.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
he's not the same old Moose from before. Let's keep it real. Like,
it's definitely not going to. It just seems to me that 2015 Royals team, all the players that left, they have not really been the shells on the form of themselves. I mean, look at Eric Hosmer. But then again, if he bounces back and becomes what he was in 2015, I'll be surprised.
It's too much time between 2015 to now to recapture those numbers.
Yeah.
Older, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I'm on the fence.
And that Chris Bryant contract's really looking terrible for the God, like Rockies. Whoever the owner is, sell the fucking team, because the Rockies fans deserve a lot better. Think about it. You had an opportunities with Troy Hawkins, from what I remember, Bryce Hopp, I think or Brian or Haught that I remember from the early 2000s.
Troy Tulowitzki, they had
Tulo, Cargo. You wasted his years with him.
Nolan Arenado. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, Arenado. You got rid of Trevor Story. Who else? Who else can't think of? I mean, the only good ones you had in the Hall of Fame is Larry Walker, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Good old Canada boy. Yes, trust me. Then again, can't be worse than being a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, and that's good. That's saying something.
Yes, true. Very.
Then
true.
Again, though, at least they're not, and they're probably kind of like where the like I would say kind of more like the Diamondbacks. They're not going to be like the peasants of their division. That belongs to the fucking Reds. For the love of God, sell the fucking team.
Trade
Like-
Joey Votto. Get him out of there so he can win a fucking
I've
chip.
seen some predictions where
The Rockies paid Chris Bryant all that money for,
and he
nothing.
cannot stay on the fucking field to save his fucking life. And this is basically what I go back to what I said. You know, Javi Baez has not been the same when he left Chicago. Chris Bryant has not been the same when he left to Chicago. Rizzo, yeah, that's 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean,
A first
he has
baseman, how can you fail at first? let's be honest.
yeah.
And a power hitter at that.
I'm trying to think who else left Chicago that has not really done well. Jason Hayward looks like he's recapturing what he once had. When I looked at some of the spring training stuff, it's like, oh boy, that's going to really look ugly. It's just, man, baseball's going to be interesting for a lot of teams.
Yeah. For the love of God, can we get Ketel Marte some help? Jeez.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Dude, yeah, y'all let that man struggle. I mean, and I've been seeing you've been having talks with Corbin Carroll. He has not played a full season with a contract extension.
Gosh.
I mean,
Well, the NFL just reinstated Calvin Ridley.
So Calvin Ridley is,
and the Jags are one of the top candidates to get.
And actually, that's another thing I want to kind of talk about.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to be the most surprising, or who the surprising teams are going into 2023 for the NFL? One team in particular I have on my mind is the Lions, the Detroit Lions. Yeah. Jacksonville's another one I could see. I think they're going to have another good year. Just got
Why do I feel like that the Vikings are going to fall?
I literally was just gonna say that, Mitch. I feel like the Vikings are gonna be a decline next year, actually.
Because the biggest, what are they? Like, what was the
They
record?
were the biggest fraud last year. They were the biggest fraud. They won the most 1 point games.
I know.
Patrick Peterson running his mouth nonstop.
Yeah, yes.
And the Pat Statter Cousins, because that's all he is a Pat Statter. He can't do fuck all. He can't win in prime time.
And the fact, and I also said this too, the Vikings have to go after a quarterback at some point. They cannot be relying on Kirk Cousins Kirk Cousins can get you so far.
Yes.
But when it comes, because I mean, I think it was like he's a sub 500 quarterback in the playoffs. Like, what do you like? You knew that going into the playoffs, but no. But Vikings fans, like
Who's
kind of
better, Dak or Kirk?
In terms of the career wise, well, I have to get that to Kirk. Yeah. But talent wise, I'm unfortunately going to have to say this. I think Dak's got somewhat better talent than Kirk.
Yeah,
and I hate to say that.
Like Robert, I agree with Robert. You know, if you're going to say stats, I'll go with Cousins. But if you're going to go overall talent, at least Dak can get out of the pocket and rush for a couple yards, where Kirk Cousins can't rush for his life. So,
or doesn't do a check down or do not do a check down on a 4th and 8. Like who calls that a check down on a 4th and 8? Oh man!
With no blockers too. With no blockers to check down. Yeah, no blockers. One fucking guy to take down 3. Makes a lot of sense.
Like,
so speaking of that division, if you look at it, honestly, the Lions can win that division next year.
Yeah,
I can see that because Green Bay's going to take a step back. We know where the Bears are at, and the Vikings. Who knows? Because who knows what the new coaches that they are going to bring in. So I think Kevin O'Connell, I think he has shown some really good touches. And it's funny, like going back to say most of the games were one scored. The only time they had like 2-3 games where they actually won by double digits. Like that's
they barely beat us.
Yeah, they barely scraped.
They barely beat us.
So
just saying.
And we barely scraped we barely scraped by you and the Texans, so I will say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the Colts too.
Oh, do not get me.
Wait. Can you bring up Jerry's comment again?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, that's what he is. He's just
I know, but you spelled his name wrong.
Well,
it says Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
Did he intentionally do that?
I think so.
Jerry tried to be funny.
I think, Greg, to answer your question with that, it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like this is a Band-Aid fix for the Saints, because knowing that they do have a first-round pick, but I don't know exactly how late.
Yeah. With Carr, it was. I actually called it. Blake texted me, Randy, during your NFL NFC preview or whatever during the playoffs. Me and him called it, and it was like Carr's going to the Saints, and now Blake's just laughing.
And it's kind of weird. And playfully joke with Randy, because actually I share a birthday with Derek Carr. Actually, he's 5 years older than me.
And now the 328.
328. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Falcons fans are never going to let that down. Because first of all,
Yeah.
that's like, look, people say, "Oh, that's old." Like, you're
That's
gonna have to, you have
actually
to,
not. Hold on. That's not the worst blowout. 33-0.
oh, that's right.
Excuse me.
The Colts choke a 33-point lead. I forgot about that.
33-0. And then
Woo!
Yeah,
Wow,
I know,
that-
but I think Arizona's probably going to think the same thing I am. But I mean, like in the grander scheme of things, a loss like that in the Super Bowl is much
Yeah,
worse than a regular
that's
season loss.
yeah. Super Bowl means that's you're putting everything on the line.
Well, like we're mentioning right now, we still remember that score. We kind of forgot about the indie stuff. We remember that because it was in a crucial point. It's at the end of the season. It's in the biggest game of the year, and they shat the bed.
Like how?
I'm still pissed. We should have won that freaking Super Bowl. I'm still
I
First of all,
agree.
y'all-
$400 because of them. Goddamn pricks.
First of all,
We
and
should-
Larry Fitzgerald should have a fucking ring. I will admit that. A Hall of Fame wide receiver does not have a fucking ring. Come on.
Mm.
I
If I
actually
was thinking you had Kurt Warner, you had Fitzgerald. Who the else did you had on that team?
on Bolden. Tim
Oh,
Hines,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Who's your
Uh,
tight end?
Darnell Dockett.
Oh, man, I forgot about him.
Adrian Wilson.
That team was loaded. That
Yeah.
was what, 2000?
2008.
Yeah, gee. Well, at least
But then that Steeler defense, fuck.
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah, I mean, you said like Troy Polamalu leaping over people. No one.
That James
I remember-
Harrison pick
I
or their
remember
pick and
the
scoop run.
I remember the NFC title game where we almost choked against you guys. That was, gosh, like
That
I'm
was
surprised.
That's
Go.
right. I forgot about that.
yeah.
I
That was
wanted
that.
to forget about that. Thank you.
Well, the best game I know we played in the postseason though was in 2006 when we had Jeff Garcia as our starter. We won 44.
Yeah, yes, Canadian.
I think a lot of people tend to forget Jeff
football
Garcia
player.
was decent for.
Wait,
I think,
he was
Did
bad.
you say that's the best postseason win?
or no, I think it was was it December? I think it's been for so fucking forever. Let's be
Hey, whatever the best postseason win was the Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl, yeah. But in terms of
I mean, come on, you can't.
in terms about winning against the Cowboys in December, yeah, Jeff Garcia in 2006, 44-6. If I'm not mistaken, too, this is when correct me if I'm
Jeff
wrong, Ray.
Garcia
This is
came back. He came up to the NFL after he was in the CFL, won a goddamn Grey Cup with the Calgary Stampeders, gets cut, doesn't want to play for another team, goes down into the NFL, gets picked up by the goddamn Philadelphia Eagles, and then literally wins the starting job and has a winning record. Like, let's go.
I think the one I mean, people tend to forget we had some different interesting names in terms of quarterback play over the years. I mean, like I said, Jeff Garcia. I think people tend to forget Kevin Cobb was with us at one point, and that was just
Kevin Cobb,
ugly.
We had him too.
Yeah, Cardinals fans knew what I'm talking. Sam Bradford, that was just a fucking mistake.
What was that? What was up with that, man? That was
Yeah, what exactly? What the hell was up with that?
like why?
I've never really understood it. I've really never really understood that.
Same with you, Robert.
Yeah.
We had McNabb, we had Doug Peterson, we had
Peterson.
Bobby Hoying, we had Randall Cunningham, we had Rodney Peete, we had Mike Vick. Like
We
I
had some
said,
really good
Nick
players,
Foles.
not just from quarterback play. We had some really good players over franchise
I could
history.
go on and on.
Yes.
You know, Howard Carmichael is one of them. B-Dar, Westbrook, Sheldon Brown. I think he's still
forgot Mike-
underrated.
I forgot Mike McMahon played for us as well as a backup to McNabb in 05.
I forgot about him. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, T.O. at one point on a broken fucking leg, and I think in the
Ron
Super Bowl.
Jaworski.
Yeah, Jaws. I'll say this too: the one uniform that needs to fucking go is that, or when we had that blue and yellow. What the fuck is that all about?
Right.
Like,
you-
remember, Randy? Remember 2005? We pulled that old blue and yellow jersey combination.
Oh, the puke color?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what the hell was that?
I think
man?
That was like a bumblebee.
And for those
It
who don't know,
was.
we were actually before the Eagles became a thing in 1933. We actually were known as the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, so that's where the colors came from.
Yeah, like the name itself even is disgusting. Like I just threw up in my mouth.
Then again, it can't be worse than combining with the Pittsburgh Steelers at one point called the Steagles in our franchise history. So that's something.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the news about Jeremiah Trotter's wife who passed from cancer. So I mean, shout out,
Dude, that
shout out
sucked.
to
I mean,
her and him.
Dude, Jeremiah Trotter had a car wash near my area called the
Oh, no
Trotter
way.
Spot.
The trot spot. That sounds well. I don't want to go further because I know my mind because I know that sounds dirty in a way
you guys
that.
are gonna laugh. So Carson Wentz, he had like this. He bought a restaurant called Rock Hill. He changed it up for food trucks, and it was called Kingdom Crumb. And I'm like, bro,
What, bro?
He did not, because he's all about church and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
I mean, I
That
get.
didn't even last a year. It's still there whenever we drive by it.
Damn.
So I'm like, oh, there's a kingdom come.
But and Randy, I know you're gonna agree with me. You ready to see those Kelly Green jerseys this for 2023?
Oh, those are the best
Bring back the
jerseys.
silver pants. That'll make it even a lot more better.
Yes, with the stripe down the side. Yes.
And like redo the helmet to what it was and when did they brought that one? Was it the late 70s, early 90s?
I think you're probably right. Yeah. Late 70s, maybe late 80s. Yeah, around there. Yeah.
Because that was one of the late 90s. So I kind of remember the midnight when we changed it to midnight green for what I remember for being a long time from what I remember anyways. So I mean, God, seeing Jalen Hurts and Kelly Green, that's gonna look good.
Yep. Oh, breaking. It looks like the police are now investigating John Moran after the whole thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because they want to find out.
Thoughts on that.
They want to find out if that
Huh?
gun is registered. Apparently, they want to make sure if that is a real gun, if it's registered. Because
he went from I'm fine in the West to find in the West.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, like, dude, the dude's a talented basketball player, but you're doing this stupid shit to throw your career away because, like, what the fuck?
absolutely, man.
So,
Like
He's the next Gilbert Arenas.
I was just
I
gonna
really-
say,
Oh,
Mitch
boy.
said it.
Oh
I read-
man, that entire situation. Woo-hoo.
Or is
Oh,
he the next? Hold on. Or is he the next Plaxico Burress?
Oh, not Plaxico Burress when he.
No, I'll go more Gilbert because Gilbert
Yeah,
was known to apparently carry a gun on him. So yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go
that is
Plaxico
a-
Burress shot himself in the foot.
It's
Yes.
like how does that happen?
It's kind of like Andrew Bynum broke his foot bowling.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
that
And
was
the World Baseball Classic starts on Wednesday, boys. That's right, Wednesday.
and also,
Oh,
Rain, I don't know if you saw
yeah.
that Guerrero Jr. is
Yes.
pulling out of the WBC for
the
I think it was
Raptors, the Toronto Blue Jays actually asked him if he wouldn't mind doing that because they don't want him to further injure himself for the season.
I think that is kind of a smart. We'd rather be safe than sorry. So I mean,
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun though. I mean, we got to play Mexico, and you guys are taking on who am I? I forgot who.
China?
Great Britain.
Britain, that's right. Great Britain, that's right.
God, it's kind of weird though. Seeing other countries have baseball programs, the Czech Republic and stuff
Hey,
like.
Yep.
I think Japan's going to win the whole goddamn thing. I'm sorry, but they
Really?
take it. I think Japan they take that shit way too fucking seriously. Because think of the many players that come from Japan. No Shohei, Yu Darvish, who remembers when he burst on the scene. Oh
I got
shit!
Colombia doing it.
Oh, Colombia winning it. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yep.
Columbia.
Santonio Holmes shot
I
himself in
forget-
the foot too.
Yeah, I forgot about
I got
that.
Colombia facing you guys to win it. US. I got Colombia versus.
I mean,
US.
we've won it in 2018, I think it was, or 2017. I can't
think-
remember.
17, wasn't it?
I can't remember because I remember it was over.
I don't know. I'm just picking a damn year.
I think this Puerto Rico. Dude, I think Puerto Rico. Oh, that's right. Don't count out the Latin Americans too. Puerto Rico and the DR because they have always actually produced some really good talent over the years.
And
you
we
got
say all
Yachty.
this and watch Mexico will win.
If Mexico wins the whole fucking thing, I'll be. I'll be surprised, but I'm going to be happy for them because I think it's very hardly ever players that come from Mexico come to Major League Baseball. Usually it's always DR, Japan,
Yep.
Cuba sometimes, and just that. And
Absolutely.
Venezuela, let's be real. I think like the ugliest hat that I've seen in terms of the World Baseball Classic, that's taking Venezuela for me. I just like you could do so much better with the color scheme for Team Venezuela. Like you couldn't just copy with the flag colors and just go with a plain,
Canada versus US, March 13th. It's a Monday at 7.
Well, it's 7 year time, so it's 9 for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Randy, we got to do that
I think we do. Yeah.
because I mean the fact isn't I
I'm
don't know
not
isn't
doing that.
is Joey Votto not doing the World Baseball Classic? I don't think he
No,
is.
he's not. No, it's Freeman that's going to be playing first base for us.
Man, would have been nice to actually see. I don't think has Joey Votto ever done a World Baseball Classic in his career.
No.
I want to say yes, but I think only once. But that was like he was a reserve, and I don't even really think he actually even played.
That's great. And he's another because I've watched Ballcat Sports, another good Blue Jays creator, and I actually watched his video from about a month ago. Like he has, Joey Votto coming back home to Canada to the Blue Jays as kind of like not like it's like your first baseman kind of way, be like
do you want to hear our team? Do you want to hear our team?
Like the roster wise? I know.
Yeah, this is the roster wise right here. We got Keelan Deegan, we got Andrew Albers, John Oxford, Evan Rutschke, Freddie Freeman, Cal Quantrill, Jacob Robinson, Scott Matheson, Rob Zanstri, Philip Amont, Kyle Tucker.
Philippe Amont? Oh my God, I have not heard that name in fucking forever.
I forgot Kyle Tucker was a Canadian too. So Kyle Tucker.
I never knew that. So that's news to me.
Owen Kessie, Adam Lowen, Nick Pavetta, Bo Taylor, Tyler O'Neill, Abraham.
I know the Naylor boys are Canadian for sure.
Yeah, and then here's our coaching staff: Russell Martin, Paul Quantrill, and Ernie Witt, and Trevor Bridgman.
Okay,
not a bad roster. Not a bad.
I mean, Paul, seeing Russell Martin went there, that's kind of to be expected, guys. I think he was I think at one point in his career he was just super underrated as hell.
Absolutely. I think we talked about this before. Yeah, he was definitely so underrated, especially when he played with the Pirates. And
he had some really good years with the Blue Jays too. I have to say the fact that he can play I think that there was one point in the year he had to play multiple positions because some of the position players got hurt.
Yeah, that's true. He ended up having to play first, and one game he even ended up playing second base.
All right. Now we're speaking of the World Baseball Classic. I want to take a look. See who do we got on ours? Looking at it, oh boy! So this is gonna be interesting.
Always Arizona. What's your name so I can pronounce it properly, for on screen? Do you use it or do you want people to know or?
Yeah, it's just Always Arizona Sports.
Okay. Always Arizona Sports.
So this is Team USA in terms of the roster.
Double A.
So yeah, Jason Adam.
I was going to think that too.
So this is basically what our roster is looking at for the World Baseball Classic. Jason Adam, Pete Alonso, Tim Anderson, Nolan Arenado, Daniel Bard, David Bednar, Mookie Betts, Kyle Freeland, Goldschmidt, Kendall Graveman. Forgot he was still in the league. Kyle Hishioka, Merrill Kelly, Lance Lynn, Nick Martinez, Jeff McNeil, Miles Michaelis, Cedric Mullins, Adam Ottavino, Presley, Brooks Raley, JT and Schwarber. You'll have to see it. Brady Singer, Will Smith, the catcher, not the reliever. Mike Trout, Kyle Tucker. Apparently, he's with the Team USA. Trey Turner, Adam Waino, Devin Williams, and Bobby Witt Jr. In terms of the coaching staff, we have Mark DeRosa leading the squad. Jerry Mandel is our bench coach. Pitching coach is Eddie Pettit. Hitting coach Ken Griffey Jr. Lou Collier is the first base coach. Dino Ebel is our third base coach. Bullpen coach Dave Righetti.
Whoo! Yeah, you got a team.
God, I mean, when you have a hitting coach like Ken Griffey Jr. with that sweet lefty swing in his playing days, you got something right.
Definitely. Holy
now,
shit.
Dude, man, I've never been hyped for the World Baseball Classic, but I'm so excited.
Me too.
What is God? So Team Japan.
I need to know more baseball.
Italy has Mike Piazza as their head coach.
You know what?
Well, there you go. Italy wins.
Even though their hat design is fucking boring. Literally a blue hat with a big black eye. You could have do so much, there's no thought put into that. Come on now. So, I mean, we all know that's part of Team Japan. You still have Otani and Darvish are going to be back in there. Oh, geez, I am going to. God, not going to lie, I really hate. Not going to know most of these guys from Team Japan. But from what I've understood, man, Team Japan, they just know how to. They take baseball seriously.
Absolutely. Team Korea, Tommy Edman.
Wait, how? He's got a. Same with Lawrence Newbar with Team Japan. That's weird. if I'm going to completely honest with y'all. Well, I mean, we're on the wait and see. So can't wait to see the Team USA take on Team Canada. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. So I mean, I appreciate Mitch, Double A coming on, and same with you, Randy.
No worries, man.
Yeah.
Been fun though. But if you guys have not checked out the All Star Sports Network, make sure you check the pin comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost close to 30 subscribers in a very short time frame.
Let's go.
So yeah, so
Thunder Suns on.
Yeah, that's right. Thunder Suns on Wednesday, and then the UFC be back again with me and always Arizona again for the Celtics and the Cavs.
And I'm doing the Sixers and Pacers.
And also,
so
later tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern time, we'll have our introductory stream for all the board members of the All Star Sports Network. So that's going to be fun as well. So kind of get to know everybody as well.
Yeah.
But outside of that, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one, guys.
Go Birds.